In this video lecture, we will see one mini project, that is the implementation of what we have studied till now. So in this mini project, we will cover the analysis on student data set. So we have to create first of all the data set related to student. Now this data set should contain some columns, some variables. So what should be the variables in the data set? So over here it is given in the question that consider a data set with student name, the gender as the variable, the enrollment number as the variable, then 4 semester result with marks of each subject, his mobile number and city. And you have to implement the following in Python. So these are the questions that you have to implement related to this particular student data set. So such type of questions can be asked in your GTU exams. So the first question is implement a method to treat missing value for missing values of marks. So if some missing values are present in your data set and that missing values are present in particular variable name, that is your marks column. It is given over here that your missing value is present in the marks column, not in the enrollment column and not in the student name column. It is given particularly, so you have to deal with missing value for the subject marks. Then comes perform descriptive analytics. So you have to perform the descriptive analysis. Then comes implement a method to find out the variation in data. For example, the difference between highest and lowest marks in each subject semester wise. So you have to find out what is the difference between the highest and the lowest marks in each subject. Suppose I am considering the subject as programming, problem solving, programming, that is your PPS, right? So over there, then what is the difference between the highest marks and the lowest marks? Then you have to find out, suppose I am taking the subject as maths 1, then what is the maximum marks in the maths 1 and what is the minimum marks in the maths 1. Then you have to find out the difference between the highest marks and the lowest marks. So such type of analysis you have to perform in the question number 3, that is implement a method to find out the variation in data. Then comes plot a graph showing the result of student in each semester. So you have to plot a graph which shows the result of one particular student in semester 1, then in semester 2, then in semester 3 and then in semester 4. Then you have to plot the graph showing the number of male and female students. So these questions you have to perform by considering this particular student as the data set. So our first basic step is to create the data set. So let's create the data set. So suppose over here I have created one Excel file. In that Excel file, I am writing the enrollment number, student name, gender, mobile number and city. Like this, I am creating one data set and I am giving the name as student underscore info. So this field are already given in the question, that is student name, gender, enrollment number and mobile number and city. So what I am doing, I am writing the general information of the student in one particular file, that is my student underscore information file. So in future, suppose I want any information related to the student, then I have to access only this one file. Now I am creating 4 different files, that is my SAM1, SAM2, SAM3 and SAM4. I have created Excel file. You can create CSV file also. So accordingly, you have to write the pandas code to read the CSV file. Over here, I will write Excel code to read the Excel file. So over here in pandas, I will write Excel related pandas code to read the Excel file. So over here, this is my SAM1 underscore data, that is my Excel sheet. Over here, I have given the enrollment number, the semester, so I am writing SAM1 and I am writing 4 different subjects, that is English, PPS, BME and Maths 1. So this particular student having the enrollment number like this, that is at last the 2 digit is 01. So that particular student is having the marks like this, that is 60 in English, 95 in PPS, BME, he has scored 85, and in Maths 1 he has scored 98 out of 100. So I am considering all the marks out of 100. So like this, I am considering only the 5 students. You can take as many students as you want. So over here, I am considering the 5 student, and I have created the SAM1 data set. Like this, I have created SAM2 data set, that is the same student with same enrollment number, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So whatever enrollment number I have written over here, that is 1, 2, 5. I am having the student name as student 1, 2, 3, 4. I am having the gender, the mobile number, and the city. So this enrollment number you have to keep same in all the semester data. So this is my semester 1 data. Then this comes my semester 2 data. It also contains the enrollment number column. Then contains one SAM column, that is the semester 2 it is indicating. Then the marks of semester 2. So over here you can see there are 2 missing values in my semester 2. Like this, my semester 3 data, that is the ETC, probability and statistics, data structures, and DBMS, and marks of all that same student. So in all the data set you have to create the data set such like that the enrollment numbers remains same. So you are performing the analysis of same student in all the 4 semester. You do not have to change the enrollment numbers. And at last, my semester 4 result. So it contains the subject like this, that is the COA, discrete mathematics, operating system, and so on. So like this, you can create your own data set, and you can write the enrollment number, the semester, and the marks of all the subjects. You can take the marks out of 70, but over here I have taken the marks out of 100. Now the first step is to read the data set. So I am reading all the data set. That is my semester 1, 2, 3, and 4. I don't want the student underscore info data set just for now. If you want, then you can read the data set. So over here, I am creating one data frame, that is my SAM1 underscore DF data frame, and I am storing the SAM1 data in my data frame, that is SAM1 underscore DF, and I am printing the data set, that is SAM1 underscore DF dot head. Like this, I am reading the SAM2. So you can see over here the SAM2 contains the missing values, so it is indicated by NaN. Then comes SAM3, and then comes SAM4, like this. So all the semester data are now in my data frames, that is my SAM1 data frame, SAM2 data frame, SAM3 data frame, and SAM4 data frame. Now my first question is, implement a method to treat missing value for marks. So over here, this is my SAM1 data set. It does not contain missing value. SAM2 contains the missing value. SAM3 does not contain the missing value, and SAM4 also does not contain the missing value. So I have to only handle the missing value which is present in the SAM2. So over here, I am writing print SAM2, that is my data frame, SAM2 underscore DF is null or not. So when I run this code, then we have studied previously that whether the missing value is present in your data frame or not. So how to check that? You can check with the help of isNull function. So I'm writing data frame dot isNull. So it shows that over here the value is true, and over here the value is true. So my missing value is present in the EGD subject and in the physics subject, like this. So I have to fill out this missing value. I can't delete this missing value. If I delete this missing value, then what will happen? The entire row you have to delete. If you delete the entire row, then what will happen? The entire record of that particular student will get removed. So over here, if you drop this particular row or if you drop this particular column, then your major data loss will be there. So over here you can't drop the columns which contains the missing value. So compulsory you have to fill the missing value. So you have to fill the missing value, but of which, by considering which value you will fill the missing value. That is by considering what value you will fill the missing value. So over here, you can fill the missing value by using the function that is fill NA function. So fill NA function is used to fill the missing value. Now what I will do to fill the missing value? Then you can see over here, that is this is SAM2 data. So I can take the average of this marks of all the subjects. So the student with enrollment number as 2, he has marks in BE as 23, EGD marks is missing, physics marks is 78 and maths marks is 98. So what can I do? I will do the mean of all this marks. So I will do like this, that is 23 plus 78 plus 98, and I am dividing by 3 because my total number of subjects marks are 3. So my answer is 66.33. So I will replace this NaN value with the value that is 66.33. And for this also, I have to take out the mean, that is the row wise mean, that is 75 plus 70 plus 77 divided by 3. So I will get the answer as 74, and I will replace this particular missing value with the mean of all the marks. So like this, you can replace the marks. You can't put over here 100 on 100. You can't put over here 23 because this student is above average. In only one subject he got the marks as 23. So you can't put over here in EGD as 23. So you have to take out the mean of all the marks and you can replace this missing value with the mean value. So over here we have to do that with the help of fill NA function. So I want to fill the missing value with the value as mean. So what is this M over here? This M is my mean. So how to calculate the mean? So let's calculate the mean. So for calculating the mean, I am writing like this. That is my SAM2 underscore DF dot ILOC. Remember, in slicing, we have used this ILOC. What is this ILOC? ILOC means I stands for the integer. So over here you are performing the slicing and you are indicating the integer indexes for slicing. You are not using the column names or column labels. You are using over here the index position for the slicing. So I am writing ILOC. So I have written SAM2 underscore DF ILOC. I want all the rows. This first column means I want all the rows, comma, and I want columns from 2 to 6. Then you can see over here, that is my SAM2 data set. This is my column at index position 0. This is my column at index position 1. And this my column is at index position 2. So 2, 3, 4 and 5. So this last digit, that is 6 minus 1, that is my 5. So like this, you are performing the slicing and you are doing the mean over it. So previously we have seen that how to find out the mean. So we are just writing the data frame. So suppose this is my data frame, that is SAM2 underscore DF, and to find out the mean, I just have to write that is data frame dot mean like this. So when I am writing like this and when you run this code, then you can see that you are getting the mean of this particular SAM column also, that is my semester column. This you are getting the mean of enrollment number column also, and then you are getting the mean related to the BE, EGD, physics and maths too. But I don't want the mean related to the SAM and enrollment number. So for that, what I am doing, I am performing the slicing. So for slicing, I am writing like this. That is my SAM2. Over here I have written that is SAM2 underscore DF ILOC. I want all the rows and I want only the column which is index position as 1. And I am printing the type of A and I am printing the A also like this. So let's run this code. Then you can see that you are getting in output the index at the column at index position 1. If I write over here, that is 2, then what will happen? That is 45, 23, 95. So what is this? It is the etc column, that is 45, that is the 45, 23, 95, 75 and 64. So which is at index position 2. So like this you can perform the slicing. And over here I am printing the type of A. So it is showing me the type as series. So what you can conclude from this, that when you are performing the slicing on the data frame and when you are selecting only one particular column from the data frame, then that will be your one dimensional data, so they will call it as the series. And one major function, that is your fill NF function, is working on series data set only. Your fill NF function does not properly work for the data frame as the data type. So it works properly for the series as the data type. So compulsory over here we have to perform the slicing. So over here I am writing, that is my sam2 underscore df dot mean. So I don't want mean of all this, I want the mean like this. So I am writing like this, that is my sam2 underscore df dot iloc. I want all the rows and I want columns from index position 2, that is my 0 1 2, that is starting from B to max 2, that is this 4 rows up till max 2. So I'm writing 2 column 6. So this 6 will not be considered, so till 5 it will be considered. So 2 3 4 and 5. And I want mean row wise. So for calculating the mean row wise, you have to write over here like this, that is your attribute. So my attribute is axis and my value is 1. So when you write x is equals to 0, or if you do not mention the axis, then just if you are writing the mean, then it will calculate the mean column wise. But we don't want the mean column wise. So if you perform the mean column wise, then what will happen? It will do the sum like this. That is my 45 plus 23 plus 95 plus 75 plus 64. So whatever the mean is, that will be calculated. But I want the mean row wise. So like this, you can perform the mean row wise. So let's run this code. Then you can see over here, you are getting the answer as 66.33 that we have calculated previously. So this is my mean of all the rows, which contains only the subject marks, because I have performed the slicing over here. Now I want to fill all this mean value where my missing value is present. So for that, what I am doing, this is the same code. I am storing this my mean value into my variable m. Then what I am doing, I am creating one new column into my data frame, that is my sam2, and I am giving one new column name, that is my mean column. And what I am doing, I am just printing all the mean values. Then you can see over here that my new column is added like this, that is my data frame mean, and what value should be in the this column, that is my value of m that I have calculated. Then you can see the values is like now this. Now instead of this missing value, you have to replace as 66.33, and instead of this missing value, I want the value as 74. So for that, what I am doing, I have to take this rows turn by turn and this column turn by turn. So for that, what I am doing, I am writing the for loop, that is for I in range, that is 2 comma 6. Because my column starts from this particular index position, that is 2 to 6 minus 1, that is my 5 over here. I don't want this mean column. If missing value is present in the mean column, that I don't want to do anything with that. So I am just writing till max 2. Over here, inside the for loop, I am writing the code like this, that is the indentation. I perform the slicing, that is I want all the rows and the first column, that it starts from index position 2, that is all the rows. So for all the rows, it will start from row as 0. that is at index position 0. So for the BE, that is my column at index position 2, so that is my 0 comma 2. So in the 0 comma 2 I want to fill, if there is some missing value, then I want to fill with the value of mean, that is my value as 48. But here there is no missing value present. Over here the missing value is there. So for all the rows, now my index position is 3. So it will fill the missing value with this particular, that is the 66.33. So like this my whole loop will run. So what it will do, this all means it will take all the rows turn by turn from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And for the column, for taking the column turn by turn, I have used this for loop. So when you run this code, then you can see now your missing value is replaced with this mean value, that is 66.33. And over here also my missing value was present. Now it is replaced with 74, like this. So I have handled my missing value. Now I don't want this mean column, so I will drop this mean column, because now my missing value is treated successfully and this mean column is extra, so I have dropped this mean column. And I have appended all the data set. I have different data set which contains the different semester marks. So what I am doing, I am appending all this data set. That means I am joining all this data set. That is my SAM1 underscore DF. I am joining SAM2, SAM3 and SAM4, or you can say you are appending. At last position after the SAM1 data set, you want the data of SAM2, then SAM3 and then SAM4. And I am creating one new data frame and I am calling it as all underscore SAM data frame. So when you print this, then you can see like this, that your data frame is created and it contains the marks of all the subjects. So now you have a one data frame which contains the marks of all 4 semester subjects. So over here you can see, as the data is appended, you have the index position like this, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then it again starts from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then again it starts from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So for that, what I have to do, I have to reset my index. So I am writing my data frame dot reset underscore index, and I am writing drop equals to true. We have already seen this code, that how to reset the index. And you can see that my now index is resetted. Now all other questions, that is the questions from performing the descriptive analysis to end, we will see in our next video. So keeping it till here, thank you all.